Structural geology. Definition. Okay. So structural geology typically related to the observation, description, and interpretation of structures that can be mapped in the field. So there is a small diagram which is there, or a picture which is here. You can see some structural phenomena is here, correct? So there is a some structural phenomena. Okay. So we are going to observe it. So we need an observation node or a field node to observe all these features. Then we have to describe what is this, what is this. Okay. Then we have to interpret this structure and it can be mapped. Okay, so we have to map this structure. Okay, so this is what we are doing in the structural geology. So we are going to observe. This is one of the structure, fold. Okay, so this is one of the structure. We have different some other structures also there. So what we are doing, we have to observe it. So we have to observe certain parameters, direction, or its thickness, whatever it is. Okay. Then what we have to do? We have to check the description. What is the description of this particular structure? Then interpretation of this structure that can be mapped. So you have to do, or you have to map this structure in the field itself. So normally mapping will be done. That the readings will be taken from the field. Normally in the morning we will start the reading, and then in the afternoon we have to draw the map. Okay, so you have to finish the work in the field itself. You should not carry out to the lab or something. Sometimes we need some correction on the other thing we have to do at the lab. Okay, structural geology covers deformation structures. There are a lot of structures are there in the field. You know that there's a mountain, valley, okay, river, pond, lake, then what do you call that? Seas and ocean, glaciers. So all this we have different kind of structures will be formed. So wind, general geology may to study river actions, wind action, glacial action. Okay, geological process, all this. So wind will do some erosional feature, and it will also do what you call transportation. Then the wind will do the depositional features. So all these things are there. But here we are mainly concentrating on the deformation structures. Deformation structure at near the earth surface, in the cool upper part of the crust, in the hotter lower crust, and the underlying mantle. Up to mantle, from the crust to the mantle, we are trying to interpret or trying to identify the different structures which is present or which is formed by the deformation. Deformation, some technological activity, some force will act on the rock and it change the structure into different patterns. Okay, so it embraces structures at the scale of hundreds of kilometers down to micro or atomic scale structures. So sometimes we can see this diagram, you can see in the maybe in 100 meters or kilometer length. Okay, whereas some structures are micro and some in the atomic level. Okay, structures that formed almost instantaneously and structures that form over tens of millions of years. So the structures sometimes it will form immediately, or sometimes it takes more time, tens or millions of years to cover the to form the structure. Okay, a large number of sub-disciplines and methodologies therefore exist within the field of structure. So there are, so based on this, the time of formation, there will be a large discipline. Where some disciplines are there, some classification exist in the structural geology. Okay, so in structural geology, what we are looking for, the oil exploration geologists may be considering sealing fault zone. So in the when there's a when the geologist is looking for oil, so they will look for the fault zone. They look for the fault zone. While the production geologist worries about the deformation bands on fluid flow in his reservoir. So one production geologist, so oil geologist objective is different, whereas the production geologist objective is different. Okay, the engineering geologists may consider fracture orientation and the densities in related to tunnel project. So when you are doing some engineering project, we should look after the orientation of the fractures, which has the major role in the construction field. In the construction field, okay. While the university professor uses structural mapping, physical modeling, or computing modeling to understand mountain building process. So here, and when you are teaching in the teaching field, we are more interested in mountain building activities. Okay, the methods and approaches are many, but they serve to understand the structural or tectonic development of a region or to predict the structural pattern in an area. So the methods and approaches are many. So when you want to do the structural geology, when you want to study the structural geology, so we have a lot of methods are there to understand and to predict the structural patterns. Okay, so whichever which is convenient to you, you can take it and you can do the analysis. Okay, in most cases, structural geology is founded on data and observation that must be analyzed and interpreted. So most of the cases we are doing, what we are doing, we are observing and analyzing. Structural geology is therefore an important part of the field of structural analysis is therefore an important part in the field of structural geology. So analysis of these structures are very important when we are studying structural geology. So these are the basic information about structural geology. Now, what is the topographic feature? Topography. What do you mean by a topography? Topography describes the physical features of an area of the land. So in the surface, what are the physical features which is present in the area? That is known as topography. These features typically include natural formations such as mountains, river, lake, and valleys. Okay. So in topography, we have the natural formations like mountains, river, lake, and valleys. Man-made features such as road, dam, cities also may include that. So when you why you are studying the topographic features? So when you want to do a mapping, we need a topographic feature. We should understand how to identify the topographic feature. Then only it is very easy to map the particular area. Topography often records the various elevation in an area using topographical map. So elevation, right? Topography is a field of geoscience and planetary science and is concerned with local detail in general, including not only relief but also natural and artificial features and even local history and culture. So in topography, so and we are trying to interpret the local general and including which include the relief, natural and artificial features and even the history and the culture, right? So these are some of the topographic pictures which you are going to identify in the land, okay, in the land surface, in the earth surface, okay. So that's a mountain, the river, the valley, and the lake. The lake it is there, okay. So we should identify all these features and then we have to do the mapping, okay. So road, dam, these are some of the man-made structures. Previous slide, it is natural features, naturally formed geomorphic features or topographic feature, whereas this slide shows the man-made features. So road network, dam, and the urban or city area. Okay. So topography is a narrow sense involves the recording of relief of the terrain, relief of the terrain, the three-dimensional quantity of the surface and the identification of specific landform. Okay, this is also known as a geomorphometry. Okay, this is also known as a geomorphometry. So in modern, we are using DEM, Digital Elevation Model, DEM, generation of elevation data in digital form. So that is called the DEM. Okay, Digital Elevation Model. In the modern usage, we are doing this only for understanding more about the topography. We are using Digital Elevation Model. Okay, it is often considered to include the graphic representation of the landform on a map by a variety of techniques, including contour lines, hyposometric tints, and relief shading. Okay, relief shading. These are some of the graphical representation of landforms on the map. Okay, on the map. So this is called the geomorphic, okay, geomorphology. This is a geomorphology. Okay, so the mountain, so landform, river, etc. Okay, this is called a DEM, digital elevation model. Digital elevation model, all are digital elevation model. This is called tin. Okay, tin map. Okay, so these are the map. This is a natural one image, or naturally we are directly forming. So these three, 1, 2, 3, these maps are the digital models. So we are mapping, we are drawing based on this observation, based on the field observation. We are trying to draw all this in by using some softwares and computers. Okay, so this is relief shading. Relief shading. Okay, lip shading. These are contour lines. Okay, this is a contour line, contour map. Okay, this is a real model. This is a real Earth surface. Okay, that we are mapping using a contour line. Okay, this is a river. Same river is there. Okay, so this ocean or some lake. Okay, there is a road, and we have the elevations. So that is, these elevations are marked as lines. These are called the contour lines, contour map. This is a contour map, this is a contour map. Okay, again another topographic map. So here you can see all the information. So contours, hill, okay, village, some urban area. You can see the houses, road, river. Okay, so some another road network. Okay, so you have to check the legend so that we can understand, okay, whether it is a road or a railway network, whatever it is, or it's a four-way track or single track, something like that. So this is a lake or a dam, small dam or lake. So these are lakes. Okay, so this is another hill. Okay, this is called a topographic topographic map. So here we can have all the information.